to The Little Flower. So for today's reading, my prompt that came through tonight is delulu your way through. You deserve it all. So my intention for this reading is to bring you the messages, the energies, the frequencies you need to align you to a state of optimism and borderline blind faith in your dreams becoming reality. So there is a place for realism. There is a place for things like shadow work, things like processing real human emotions and realities, but there's also a place for dreaming big and believing that the impossible is possible in your life. And I'd like you in this reading to align to those energies and say to hell with the limiting voices in your mind, the limiting voices that surround you, and backed by action, of course, we are going to delulu our way through. So go ahead and choose group number 1 with the Garden Dahlia, group number 2 with the Scarlet Beebalm, or group number 3 with the Garden Petunia, and I will see you in your reading. Hello, lovely human. Welcome to The Little Flower. If you've never been to my channel before, my name is Krista, and I use the presence and essence of flowers along with the tarot to deliver messages to help you align to your most authentic and abundant nature and path. So for today's reading, the prompt that was downloaded into my being is delulu your way through. You deserve it all. My intention is to help you align to blind faith in your dreams becoming reality. Backed by action, of course. We are always bringing that element in here when it comes to manifestation and following your dreams. But I really want to align you to the energy of limitless possibilities in this reading. And I want you to see that you're worthy of it all, and that it's totally possible, and you have the power to create any life, any experience, any reality that you desire to create, especially if it is a soul desire, a soul longing. I truly 100% believe that they are meant to be met in our lives. And sometimes timing is a bitch, and sometimes the divine has a weird winding path for us to walk to get there, but damn it, we're going to get there. So let's just go ahead and get into your reading. So you chose the Garden Dahlia, and the Garden Dahlia is symbolic of subtle joy and beauty and quiet confidence. So I like the energy there. I feel like your path is one where you are aligning to these subtle energies and frequencies of what it is you want, and you are quietly yet confidently, slowly and surely walking your way into your dreams based off these subtle frequencies. So I see you as someone who manifests from a place of inner alignment before external alignment, before taking action. So when you decide to create something, you make sure that your inner reality is in harmony with it first before taking those steps forward. So this is going to be your best route forward. So it feels like you are being called, if you haven't already been doing it, into meditation, into visualization, into listening to affirmations, into journaling, into getting into the energy, emotions, frequencies of your desires before taking that next step. And consistently throughout your manifestation journey, throughout the steps you take to get there, you are consistently aligning to those frequencies. You are consistently aligning to the energy, emotions of your desire. So I pulled an overarching theme card from the Oracle of the Hidden Worlds. There's kind of a theme in the cards I picked today, very purpley, very high vibe, like higher energy centers, because this is what I want to align you to. I typically do a lot of readings that are more grounded and more human, but in this case, I really just want to elevate you and help you see what's possible. It feels like the people who are attracted to this reading in particular could be falling prey to like fear-based emotions or scarcity-based energies, and I want you to align to the energies of abundance, even if it feels like, quote, like fake, or if it feels like, yeah, like feels like you're faking it. I still want you to do your best to align to those frequencies and energies. So anyway, let's go ahead and get into the card I pulled for you. And we have number 10, a beautiful number for abundance and for manifestation, because it is a number of fruition. It is a number of culmination. So this is the moment that the manifestation becomes reality. So I would say go ahead and I almost want to do it right now. What is it that you're wanting to create? And we're going to focus on just one. So I would pull the thing that you are desiring to create the most right now. So what does it feel like if you are fully, if you fully already received it? That's where we want to be. That's what we want to align to. So do that right now. Take a few deep breaths. Now bring into your awareness, first of all, the desire. What does it look like? You can picture it first, like the money being put into your bank account, or the meeting the person that you want to end up with, or purchasing the home. Like you can picture it in your mind's eye. But let's go deeper. What does it feel like? How do you feel in your heart space? How do you feel in your body? Does it feel uncomfortable? That's okay. That's okay. Just be with the discomfort. It's not a block. It just is. Just be with it. Just observe it. Let it be. Let it exist. It doesn't mean anything about your manifestation. It doesn't mean anything about your ability to receive it. It just is a feeling. It's just a frequency, and it will slowly fade away. Let's go deeper. Deeper into how does it really feel to receive it? Does it feel steady and calm and a feeling as if this is how it was always meant to be? Does it feel like home? Does it feel like, yes, I'm seeing like the keys to a new home, the keys to a new car. Does it feel like well deserved? Do you feel proud of yourself for manifesting this reality for yourself, for choosing into what this means for you, what this dream means for you? Does it feel aligned and good and right? Does everything finally feel right with the world? Because that's how it should feel. This thing that you're wanting to manifest is exactly what you're meant to manifest. And it makes sense that you look around you and things feel off. When you look around at the world around you and you see that things aren't exactly how you'd like them to be, or your manifestation still is not in the world around you, it's because the truth of the manifestation and your deservingness of it is what's real. And I think sometimes you can get like worked up about whether or not you are the one that is the issue. You are the one that is dreaming too big for yourself, or you are reaching for the stars and it's unrealistic. Like maybe sometimes you get hung up on that. But it's the external world that hasn't caught up to the truth. That's the reality. The external world has not yet caught up to it's just like you're existing in truth. When you know what you want, you know what you're walking towards, and you're taking those steps to get there, and you're following that divine guidance, and you're walking into your manifestation. It can feel lonely sometimes. It can feel like you are shooting into the dark. It can feel like you're wasting time. Maybe you should have taken a more well-worn path. Maybe you should have done something that was more sure. You know, it's like there is so many ways you can get hung up on this journey, but I am here to tell you that you are still on the right path. You've always been on the right path. And just something that will help you is to not look externally at what isn't there, and not compare yourself to what other people are doing and the paths they are taking. What's going to help you is to continuously, especially when you're in these doubtful energies and emotions, to continuously align to the frequency of your desire as if it's already met, and align to your worthiness of it, and align to the potential and possibility of it. And any emotions or negative thoughts or doubts or feelings of guilt, whatever may arise during those times, I think a lot of us get hung up on those and we get stuck in those. And I think if you just continue to stay aligned to the frequency of what you want and just observe those weird negative, quote unquote, negative emotions when they arise, and just be with them and let them be there, and just in a curiosity, that's interesting. I know I'm worthy of this. It's interesting that those emotions are there. And you just let those things run their course. And eventually the only current that will be coursing through you is the one of that desire being met and your worthiness of it. So I feel like I'm rambling on. This number, literally all of that was off of the number 10. I haven't even read the card yet. But yeah, so the card says Aurora Garden. I'm trying to focus on it. Maybe I'm not. Oh my goodness. We had it on manual focus. No wonder. So Aurora Garden here. Beginning, initiate, origin. Exactly. So initiation and origin. Like your manifestations and what you're creating is coming from this your source within. Like it's the most real and true thing that exists on this planet. Like everything on the planet was created first from that energy, from that source within. So if you just keep reminding yourself that that source within, that you are aligned to, that you know is true and you know is inevitable, is the reality, and everything else is an illusion. Not everything else, but I think, as far as what you're manifesting, if you're looking around and seeing lack, that's the illusion. The truth is fulfillment. The truth is abundance. The truth is desires met. The truth is wholeness. And so, yeah, we're just that's your energy moving forward, is connecting consistently to the energies of your desires being met. And that's what's going to help you delulu your way through. I'm also getting the energy of someone who has been on a manifestation journey and who is taking stock, with the number 10 being a culmination. It's this this kind of culmination of the old, the old is done and the new is beginning. And I'm getting this feeling of someone who's regrouping and shedding any energies that they were aligned to before, desires and, plans, things that they saw happening that are kind of expired, and aligning more to the current that held those externalized manifestations, afloat in a way. So if the current that was underlying for those desires is still true, it will remain true. So we're completely surrendering everything, and we're trusting that the truest desires will remain true, and there will be a more potent circuit to align to, because we've surrendered it all, and it will be more powerful. So let me see if there's another way I can put that. So this is all very existential and very metaphysical. So I hope you're understanding it. You might want to even close your eyes and pick up on the frequency of what I'm saying, because it's kind of hard to put into words. But there's this feeling of letting go of what you've created thus far, letting go of your desires as they've been viewed by you in the past, letting go of what you'd hoped would happen in the physical world, letting go of how you envision these desires to become manifest, and we're like starting from scratch in a way. And we're trusting, like through this trust and through this shedding process, we are initiating our truest desires becoming manifest. Like, I don't know how else to put it. Like the truest, most potent line that we can contact and connect to will be more forged within our being, and it's a more powerful force. It's something that is more I'm hearing like instantaneous. Our ability to create our reality becomes more honed. There's more integrity here. There's more responsibility standing like within this. I'm seeing like it's like the energy of someone who has like they've been creating and they've been manifesting for possibly years, and they get to this point where they are truly starting to recognize their manifestation power, that they really do have the power to alter the world around them. And with great power comes great responsibility. So I see you locking into that and surrendering up to a higher force, and recognizing that whatever you create, you want to be for the greatest good of all, not only for the greatest good of your own well-being and like your own joy and your own pleasure, which is fully 100% valid. But there is that kind of like, and it's like a recognition of your privilege and a recognition that, okay, I want to create these beautiful things for myself, but in this comes that responsibility to serve and to use my privilege for good. And so, yeah, it's just a really beautiful, potent, pure alignment to what you're really, really doing on this earth and what you're really manifesting on this earth, which is more than which there's nothing wrong with, and these are still intact, the bare bones of manifesting wealth, manifesting a home where you truly feel safe and at home and where you can feel like yourself, manifesting a community of love and support, manifesting a loving partnership, manifesting a family. Like, these are all integral to your ability to serve the world. So these are all things that will never be lost along your journey. The things, and maybe some of you, that's not even, maybe sometimes it's more like the means to travel the world, or I don't know, whatever it is for you, it's not selfish. That's the thing. It's quote unquote selfish, those are all included in this all encompassing thing, but we're just kind of regrouping and realigning and making sure that it's all encompassing where we know we're going to serve as well. So, wow, long spiel there from card number 1 from the Hidden Worlds Oracle. Let's go ahead and pull a few more cards. Let's pull a couple cards from the Work Your Light Oracle deck. This is one of those readings where I'm not going to remember a damn word I said, because it is like, I feel like I'm pulling from a really high vibe place, and that might not be the best way to explain it, like high vibe, low vibe, but it's coming from a very angelic, very like higher dimension kind of energy. It's like solar energy. It's very beautiful and very light, and it feels really good to be in. And that was my intention for your reading, so is to get you up there and seeing potential. So we have the ever unfolding rose, cracked open. It's happening for you, not to you. We have Council of Light, Divine Orchestration, Helpers in the Subtle Realms. The word subtle again with the flower symbolism. And then we have Lemuria, Creating Heaven on Earth. It's happening. So you are here you are, how do you say it? Harbinger. You are a harbinger of the new earth. So you are someone who's bringing in energies and frequencies of love and of harmony and of this beautiful feminine energy where you're allowed to be in your flow. You're allowed to trust your body's wisdom. You're allowed to live a gentle, slower life. all the while, like, there's a recognition of that gentle, slower life being more productive than the go, 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 go energy. So, and it's just that in alignment with your natural flow, in alignment with nature, in alignment with the way things are meant to be. And that's how you're going to manifest what you want in this world, is trusting in your divine flow, not letting the world around you convince you that you have to be on all the time or you have to burn yourself out. You don't have to burn yourself out. You can follow a path that feels good, that feels right, that feels slow, that honors your needs, that honors your body, that honors your cycles, that honors who you are. You can follow that path. So this is like with divine orchestration, and it's happening for you, not to you. There's a lot of surrender energy here, of like a trusting that you're exactly where you're meant to be, and that everything is truly, truly, like, even in the middle of chaos, even in the middle of things looking like they're not working out in your favor, and you feeling confused, or you feeling like let down, or whatever the case may be, even in those moments, the divine is still working in your favor. There's something to learn there. There's something to shift there. There's like all of heaven is working to bring you your desires, is working to bring you into alignment and into the full fruition of the wealth that you want, the abundance that you want, the home that you want, the freedom that you want, the connection, the intimacy that you want, the purpose that you want. All of the divine is working to help you. And it's crazy because a lot of times we do hang ourselves up, and we're the ones who are holding ourselves back, and we're the ones looking around us and falling into despair because we think that all of the things around us that quote unquote aren't working out are signs that we're not worthy, or signs that something's being held back from us purposefully. When we're heeding those energies, it is us who's hanging ourselves up or slowing ourselves down. When we can just surrender to the chaos and trust that we are being so guided and so supported and so held through this chaotic transformation into the fruition of whatever it is we're creating and desiring and dreaming into being. If we can truly just surrender and trust and walk this path in this blind faith and knowing of where we're going, and if we can really trust in our inner oracle and our inner guidance and the visions we've been given by the holy themselves, if we can truly trust that we're allowed to walk towards pleasure, we're allowed to walk towards play and abundance, we're allowed to make a living off of doing something that brings us joy and light, we're allowed to live in our childlike playful energy, we're allowed to be truly, truly free. If we can truly walk forward with this assurance, then we are helping to bring in an energy, or like ground an energy down onto the earth that's never fully been grounded before. There are many of us who are doing this right now. I mean, how many people are watching readings that are saying, or even videos, or connecting to each other and learning these teachings that we can create heaven on earth? How many people are doing that right now? All of us, we're all doing it. So lean on the helpers in spirit. Helpers in the subtle realms are not only helpers in spirit, but they're other human beings that are doing the same thing that you're doing on this planet, seeding the light into the planet, no matter how difficult it may be, no matter how much crap we have to face along the way that comes up in our bodies, that comes up in our emotions, that comes up in our psyches. No matter how much, we are still seeding, we are still doing that work, and we're paving the path so that other people can follow in our footsteps, can follow in their own unique path. And we've removed obstacles, we've cleared the way for them so that they have less judgment on them, less harshness on them. We are clearing the way for people to create a better world and to truly receive it in their own being. Okay, I'm going to pull some tarot cards from the Tarot Landscapes. All right, we have the Four of Pentacles. Okay, we're getting a little bit more earthy now. I'm strangely, I didn't plan this, but I'm creating a pyramid here. So it's kind of interesting. Feels like it's going to be kind of like a bridge, and then these lower cards will be more like the earth plane energies you're kind of confronting on the earth plane. So we have the Three of Swords, right? Okay. Because, yeah, it's kind of tough. Two of Cups, okay. Two of Pentacles. The Death card. And the Ace of Swords. So the first thing I have been thinking about, oh, interesting. We have 1, 2, 3, and 4, and we have 2 twos. The Two of Cups and the Two of Pentacles is making me think about another person in your life, or a potential person in your life, a partnership, a union. And I'm thinking of someone who's there with you in spirit, and who's manifesting you as you're manifesting them. There's someone, and take this as it resonates. Please, if I say specifics that don't resonate, please take the energy or the frequency of what I'm saying in your own unique situation. So what I'm getting is there's someone in spirit who's been guiding you all along, and it's like a partnership. It's someone who, it feels very human. It feels like someone who you'll meet along your journey eventually, or maybe you've already met. It's a feeling of like a helper in spirit, but they're on the human plane. And it's like the feeling of like if you meet someone and you have an interaction with that person where they're very supportive, and you feel like a powerful attraction there, or like a powerful energetic exchange. It could be someone you met on the street, it could be someone you met at a grocery store, or at a restaurant. Like it could be someone at the gas station, but it's like someone you come across that you exchange energy with. And now I'm seeing an even bigger network like that. And so there are other human beings on this planet that are supporting you in this journey and who want to see you succeed. And so you're not alone in this journey. There are multiple people. One in particular, I will say there is a powerful one that feels like a guide. But this is like a human network kind of thing. So be open to energetic exchanges with people just out in public. And even if you don't speak to them, like you could pass by someone and your energy has a download for them, and their energy has a download for you. And just be aware of that. Like, I think a lot of times when we go out in public, we can put our shields up and we think we need to protect ourselves. And there is an air of that, but there's a feeling of if you open your spirit and soul up to the other human beings on this planet who are on a similar journey to you, who are so supportive of your soul's journey and your soul's expansion and of you manifesting exactly what you want to manifest, it will make you feel less alone, and you will start to see the light in everyone around you. And that energy in itself is protection itself. The energy of these people that you're opening up to connect to, it's a protective network that will make you feel even more safe when you're out in public than if you were to just keep your shields up. So there is good all around you. There is protection all around you, and there is support all around you. If you are manifesting a partnership, there is a really strong pull energy going on. If you are manifesting a partnership, I would say focus on that more, because that person is there in spirit wanting to help you with this, and they have gifts to download into your being, and you have gifts to download into their being. And so that connection is there. And if you've been doubting it, that's okay, but you're being encouraged to open up more deeply to it, because there's potential there for this just magnification, this power, this energy exchange that will move you both forward in your lives and move you both more quickly to one another. So that's for some of you for sure. We have over here, we have the Four of Pentacles and the Three of Swords. So again, I'm feeling such a strong, like two of you are going through this right now. You might even know who the person is. You might not, but the Three of Swords is about heartbreak. It's about disappointment. It's sadness. It's loss. It's feeling disjointed or disconnected from the one you love. Yeah, so, and then the Four of Pentacles is like a clinging and like a holding on to a false sense of security. At least in this is how I'm channeling it in this reading. And so I think you've had heartbreak in the past and you've had loss in the past when it comes to this manifestation of this partnership. And it feels as though you're trying to protect your heart and you're trying to protect your soul from any more disappointment, and you're telling yourself that you're okay on your own. Like, look at this. This seems so lonely, like this landscape here. It's just this lone... Oh, that's interesting. Is it a lone buffalo? Yeah, it's only one. I thought it was two. But yeah, so it's a lone buffalo in the middle of this landscape. And it's kind of just... Yeah, it's clinging to the emotional comfort that you do have, and avoiding opening your spirit up to this potential love, this potential connection that wants to come in, and not only come in physically eventually, but now, right here, now. I mean, literally right here. If you opened up your spirit to this relationship, to this connection, you would, like, within minutes or hours or days, you would start to feel the pulse of it, and you would feel supported and held and honored and uplifted and seen. And I think you're meant to start opening up back up to this potential. It might be scary, and you might be worried that you're going to be let down, but you're not. You're absolutely not. This is just an energy and person and being that needs, you need it almost right now. And that's not a weakness, that's a strength, to recognize that you need other people. And not only, this isn't just other people, this is this other person that is meant to be an integral part of your life one day, and that you will lean on for so much one day, and they'll do the same with you. So yeah, open your heart and spirit up to this person, no matter how weird it feels or uncomfortable at first, because they're coming and they have just, energies to share with you. So over here, we have the Death card and the Ace of Swords. So, well, with this card here, with the Ace of Swords, it is an iceberg. And I feel like you are being called into a deeper resonance with your manifestation abilities and power. Like, I'm seeing it emanating from the core of you, from the root of you. It is like connected deeply to the earth, connected deeply to your body. It is a part of you that is so powerful, so instinctual, and it is your ability to manifest on this earth plane, and your confidence in that ability to manifest on this earth plane. You are digging deeper. So this may be hard to believe. if you have had profound epiphanies, profound downloads of what you're meant to create on this planet, there is even deeper, it can go deeper. So these knowings have been lingering at the surface of your being and have been driving you for a very long time now. But they want to exist deeper, and it is time to let them exist deeper in the core, in the center, in the root of your body. So body is being emphasized. So ways that you can do this is through your manifestations. You can start to bring the energy down into your root chakra, into your sacral chakra, in your body, into those energy centers. You can start to bring the energy down through those energy centers and into the earth, and root your manifestations. Wow, this would be a cool meditation, like opening up to, what you know is meant for you, and letting it, like imagining the energy of it. Like I'm just seeing them as like your manifestations as balls of light, letting them come in through your crown, through all of the chakras, all the way down, down, down through your root and into the earth, and plant them like seeds into the earth, plant them into your roots, into the core, like just give them and root them into the earth. That is going to be a really powerful way that you help to manifest your desires into reality. Yes, 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 yes. That feels really good as I'm saying it. It feels like this is the key to the next level of your manifestation journey. You need to feel it in your body. You need to feel it as physical reality. It needs to, I don't know what the word is. I heard like attach and cling, which is very Four of Pentacles-y. But it needs to, maybe you're releasing things that are attaching and clinging, and letting this manifestation root down into the space that you're releasing those things. Yeah, like we have to materialize it. And I think materializing it through those meditations into our cellular reality in our body, that's the feeling, like doing that and making sure that it settles there and it feels safe there, and continuously doing that and reminding your body that it's safe. This is safe. This new reality is safe. I think, I hope I'm saying this right, because it's hard to articulate because there are so many different ways you could practice this. So you could practice it through yoga. You could practice it through like yoga mixed with visualization, and like breathing really feels powerful. Like if you breathe the energy of your manifestation into your body, like breathe it into the spaces of your body that it feels natural to let it go. Breathe it in deeper into the earth through your root, like you could do it that way. The breath is a really beautiful, it's like that mind-body connection. So it's like a bridge. So the breath could really be a good way to do it. Breath work, like when you do breath work, you could start incorporating your manifestations into that and putting intention around that. So it's just like exercise, anything you do that like involves the physical body, like bringing your manifestations in those moments is going to be very, like it's going to make your body feel safe. Like you need to make sure your body feels safe over time receiving what it is that you're creating. Okay. So then we have the Death card. So we did kind of mention a surrender element to what you're walking towards. Death is about transformation. So I think there are going to be ways of being that are going to die off within your cellular reality. We keep kind of like aligning to this cellular reality thing. So it's like the more you deepen and breathe into and align with consistently these frequencies of your desires being met already, the more that old ways that weren't serving you in the manifestation, not only the manifestation of these desires, but the reception and embodiment of the life you'd be living as if they were already met. Like when they come, like it's almost like you need to become a completely new person in order to receive this. And so that's not to say that you need to change everything or force yourself into change, but you aligning to this frequency consistently, you'll naturally change. So don't worry about things that hang you up or patterns or habits that you know are not good for you. Don't focus on those. Focus on where you're going, what you're creating, and bringing that into your body. And those things will naturally fall away. You'll start to have desires to have like new habits will just naturally form the more you align to the energy of what you want. So, we're not to focus on like, oh, I'm never going to make it, or I'm never going to create it because this pattern and this habit has such a hold on me, or whatever the case may be. Where are we? I feel like, was that it? Wow, that one must have been a complete thought because it just trailed off and now I'm somewhere else. So I'm going to pull a couple cards from the Star Seeker Tarot, and then we'll have one vibrational energy oracle card that I will read from the deck, and then that will be that. Okay, so we have the Seven of Wands and the Ten of Swords. Wow. So I'm going to move this light so you can see both cards. So the Seven of Wands is about protection and defending your territory, defending your stance. And then the Ten of Swords is about painful endings. I need one more tarot card for clarification of this. And the Knight of Swords. So the Seven of Wands, if we're just reading it on its own, it's making me, I'm seeing you having to defend your path and feeling as if the world is out to thwart your plans, out to hold you back, hold you down, or even maybe part of you even feels, I think this is what it is. So like with the it's happening for you, not to you, divine orchestration, kind of that message we were talking about, how everything is working together to help you manifest your desires. I think a really big hurdle that you're going to have to get over is this fear or worry that the world is trying, like that you're fighting a battle, like that the world is trying to actively prevent you from creating what you want to create. So the world is, the truth is the opposite of that. That the universe, that people, other people, that the world really wants and needs you to continue walking this path and to proving not only to yourself but the rest of the world that living in this way is not only possible, but it's a divine birthright. And so you are healing the part of the planet that feels slighted and feels like they aren't allowed to be their full selves on this planet. They aren't allowed to be joyful and light and abundant and free. You know, like you're helping to heal that part of the heart of humanity that feels, it's making me think of an inner child that, you know, grew up with their like childlike joy always being like quelched, you know, like running in the house, stop running in the house, and like school, how it totally, you know, you have to sit down, shut up, and do your homework and do a good job, and you know, like kids aren't allowed to be kids, and I feel like you're helping to heal that inner child of humanity in a way. You're one piece of that puzzle of healing that. And they all, like, as much as it may seem as though people may look at you in a way that's like, well, who are you to live that way? Like, I couldn't live that way, or I can't live that way, so why should you? Or like, if you kind of feel like that reflection shooting back at you from the external world, it's not a reflection of truth. Like, it's more like it's a projection, because they wish they could do it. And deep down, they hope that you do succeed, because you'd be proving it to them that they can do it too. So just remember that. Just remember that if you're walking through this earth and you're building something you love, and you're living in childlike joy and flow, and you're honoring your cycles, and you're doing things your way, and if other people look down on that just because they've had to do it a different way, or they never, why are you so special to be able to live this way, just remember it deep down. They need you to succeed so that their inner child can be free. That's literally what it is. So yeah, I think that's what this Ten of Swords is. It's like, it's this unfortunate ending of childlike joy that happens in adulthood, and you're defending your stance that it doesn't have to happen, that you can still live in joy and freedom and lightness, and that part of you still does get to have a say, and that life doesn't need to be so hard and burdensome, and it shouldn't be so hard and burdensome. And with these wands coming at you, it is like, this might have been a difficult journey for you, and you are going against the grain, and you are swimming upstream, you're doing the hard thing, but it's going to be so worth it. And not only that, it's going to help other people to do the same, and it's going to make it easier for them. The Knight of Swords. I grabbed this for clarity, but it ended up not really helping me. Like, I ended up getting a message from these two cards already. But the Knight of Swords here, I mean, he does look suspicious. Like, if you look at him, gosh, I moved the light over, and now I'm sad. It's just reflecting, and that's not helping. That's okay. But yeah, he does look suspicious. He's got his weapon up. He looks like he's, is there someone in particular in your life who seems to be against your plan, against what you're creating, and suspicious of it? I don't know. I just feel like you're kind of like you're walking, like you've got a lot around you that holds a bit of disdain or judgment for what you're doing and how you're doing it, because it's not like the traditional way of doing things. Just hold steadfast. I feel like I would say compassion is needed here, understanding, protection. You need to protect your energy for sure. I think, again, we're coming back to that continuously aligning to what you're creating and doing it unapologetically. That is going to help protect your energy. So keep, if you do have these external reflections coming in and making you feel a certain way, like we have the Three of Swords over here, making you feel guilty or making you feel bad for who you are and what you're creating from a pure place. Again, keep aligning to the thing you're creating and the path you're walking, because again, that is going to protect you from those external energies. It's okay to process those emotions, but just get right back on the horse and align to what you're manifesting. That is your message. Okay, I'm going to pull one final message from the Vibrational Energy Oracle cards. And again, this is something I will read from the guidebook as your final message. Okay, So, ooh, you have cosmic prosperity. I love that. I wonder if it'll, let's stick it up there. Nope, we're going to stick it right here in the center. Actually, yeah. Sorry, I'm all over the place. Cosmic prosperity. All right. Okay, so here's the card. Accept and believe in what is being given to you at this time. Take this cosmic energy and do something great with it. The more you give, the more you receive, but you already know that. With this prosperity comes, shut up, divine responsibility. Be prepared to receive and accept. Always be in the place of the higher good of mankind. Okay, so you are about to receive what you've been like, you're at the brink of things shifting for you in the physical reality. And that is why you're being called into this divine responsibility in alignment with your manifestation power and that rooting into your being. Like, this is a necessary step before you move forward so that you feel grounded, so that you feel aligned, so that you feel like you know what you're walking towards in the very core of you. The cellular core of you is right. That is like, this is like an urgent feeling, almost like you're this is it. And so please act as if it's true in your body, on the earth. Act as if it's true, because it is, period. It is it. You are there. Align. Deepen. Root. It is happening for you. So, alrighty. Thank you so much, group number 1. This was a beautiful reading, and I hope I see you in another one. Bye. All right, my lovely human. If you'd like to be supported by me more deeply through powerful energy healing transmissions that serve as monthly anchor points to keep you grounded and aligned to your most fulfilling and abundant path, along with access to a growing collection of exclusive soulful pick-a-flower readings, I'd be honored to have you in the sacred space of my Little Flower Patreon community. My intention is for this space to be a spiritual lifeline to healing, clarity, and soul alignment. A sacred container that leaves you feeling free and safe to unfold into your most authentic and abundant nature. I've made this accessible at just $8 per month, intentionally so, as the number 8 symbolizes abundance, balance, and unity. If you feel called, feel free to like, comment, or subscribe to the Little Flower YouTube channel, as all of these exchanges help not only for my channel growth, but for me to feel connected to the fabric of the community who finds their way into the energetic space I've created. Feel free to browse my single infinite prayer energy healing transmissions, check out my adorable merch featuring my bee and flowers logo and the phrase, "Hello, lovely human," and leave me a tip, or in other words, buy me a coffee if you feel called to. I sometimes offer personal readings, so be on the lookout for open slots for those as well. Everything you'll need is listed in the description box below. Last but not least, I have another YouTube channel called Soul Hearken, which is my heart and soul in video form. If you feel called to it, I'd be honored to have you over there as well. With so much gratitude, I send you prayers of happiness, peace, health, and wealth. You are honored and loved. Hello, lovely human. Welcome to the Little Flower. If you haven't been to my channel before, my name is Krista, and I use the presence and essence of flowers along with the tarot to deliver messages to help you align to your most authentic and abundant nature and path. So for today's reading, the prompt that downloaded into my being before I came to the table is delulu your way through. You deserve it all. So you deserve everything that is coming to you, and my hope is that this reading brings you into the energies of true worthiness for your heart's desires becoming reality on this physical plane. So you chose group number 2 with the Scarlet Beebalm, which is symbolic of a person of virtue, good health, and courage. So there's a very strong, valiant energy coming through this flower. I love this flower. It's been growing in the backyard for a while now. I haven't picked it because the bees are obsessed with it, and I didn't want to steal it away from the bees because there were only like 8 of them blooming. But I was picking flowers yesterday, and it was finally time. I like to listen to the flowers, and I don't pick them if it doesn't feel right. But yes, yesterday they said, "It is time. You can have me now. I am here for you." But yeah, it smells of oregano, especially when I first picked it. It had a really strong smell. It's like, yeah, some sort of spice like sage or oregano. But I just thought this was the coolest little guy. But yeah, anyway, here's our guy. He's going to be present with us throughout the reading. I'll put him right up here. And I pulled an overarching theme card from the Oracle of the Hidden Worlds, and you got the Mirror, number 37. Other lives, past lives, and dimensional lives. Okay. So this is making me think of you creating something that your ancestors were never able to create, but they desired to create. So this is making me think of desires, intentions, and plans that your ancestors had and paved a pathway like for you. So this is interesting because a lot of times, especially in my case, I know I think of my ancestry as like a limitation, like a limiting force. But interestingly, this is nodding to ancestors that were similar to you and had big dreams and believed in them until the day they died, and they walked towards them until the day they died. And maybe they manifested smaller dreams, maybe they really did pave a pathway, but their bigger dreams never went unembodied, or never went embodied, fully embodied in their lives. And you are someone who is going to embody them. You are someone who is breaking so many chains. You are someone who is rising higher than anyone in your lineage has ever risen, in terms of creating abundance and creating freedom and creating and experiencing true love, healthy love. Yeah, you are someone who's going to prove so many energies and currents that have existed in your ancestry and in your line, prove it all to be no match for your faith in who you truly are and what you're truly worthy of and what every human is truly worthy of. So you're really breaking cycles, not only in your own lineage, but in humanity as a whole. And you're looking in the mirror and seeing someone worthy of having all of their dreams being met and having the courage to walk towards it. And you're being supported on that journey. So that's really beautiful. I especially love the idea that there were obstacles that some of your ancestors broke for you and paved open a path for you. So that, like, as hard to believe as it may seem, there are things that they did for you to open doors for you in this life. Even if you've had to break so many doors down and so many cycles, it could have been worse is kind of like what I'm hearing and feeling. Like it could have been more that you had to break down. And that's super interesting. And I think there's a feeling coming from you to your ancestors of gratitude for that. That's going to be very healing for you. If you've been someone who's felt like your ancestral line has been held you back or been barriers to what you are manifesting, it's actually quite the opposite. They've been door openers for you, and they've been helping you along the way in this manifestation, and they've been qualified to do so. There may be ancestors that made it harder for things to move forward, and perhaps those ancestors are hanging back. But there are other ancestors that have made it easier for you and that have been like all on board since day one, and that see your vision and that honor your vision and that want to see you succeed. And they have this whole time, like, there's such pride and love coming through and support, and they understand that you haven't been able to experience their love because you've seen so much of the negative that you've inherited, and you've experienced so much of that you've had to process. But there's so much love and goodness and support for your highest ideals and dreams as well, that if you look around and you really see the people in your life or the family members in your life who have supported you on your journey, it's coming through them. Think about it that way. It's coming through them. So they've always been there, and they're still there, and they're always going to be there, and they're helping you. They've helped you in the past, and they're helping you now. So that's beautiful. I love that. So let's go ahead and pull a few cards from the Work Your Light Oracle. Okay, we have the initiation, rite of passage. You're going somewhere sacred. We have share your voice, come out of the cave, persecution, expression. And awakening, energetic upgrades, a new way of being, integration. So I'm seeing a storyline here with the initiation, rite of passage. We have someone who's like walking through these it's kind of like ruins, and there's a storm with lightning, and it's like you walk in with all this ancestral energy and us mentioning, you know, the negative things you've had to process. This is you walking through all of that, and this whole time you knowing where you're walking, you're going somewhere sacred. And it's, wow. I mean, look at the storyline. Like, I'm going to show you card by card. Here you are in the cave, you know, like dealing with the bullshit, but still seeing the light at the end of the tunnel and knowing where you're walking. Here you are literally just outside the cave. You just made it, and you're taking a breather to just take it all in and truly like let it into your cellular DNA. This is interesting though, because this is talking about self-expression, come out of the cave, persecution, expression, share your voice. So there's something here about you sharing your journey, and you sharing your journey is going to be a bridge to the next phase of your life. You sharing what you've gone through authentically is going to be a bridge to where you're going. And then we've got awakening here, energetic upgrades, a new way of being, and integration. So, if you're someone who is on a manifestation journey and you know what's possible and you know where you're going, but you've had to take a winding path to get there, you've had to process heavier energy along the way. I think that's a lot of us have had to do that. I think that's something that's happening collectively with us right now, with those of us who are paving new paths, you know, and aligning to freedom and aligning to our joy and aligning to what we truly want, and not taking no for an answer. We're in a whole new era on this planet where we can do that. And this is you entering into the embodiment of pleasure and joy and true freedom on this planet, and true connection, true intimacy, true love, self-love, and love for your community, love for your family. There is this wishes fulfilled. But I think ultimately with the way this looks, I'm going to show it to you. This is your entire cellular reality being upgraded in your body and in your being and in your psyche. This is you, all of you, aligning to who you truly are, in your innocence, in your goodness, in your worthiness, in your love, in your self-expression. Like, this is you fully stepping into a new reality, not just in the physical world, but in your spiritual reality, in your mental reality, in your like sense of self, in like every regard. Like, all of you feels like a new creation, and you're standing in the new creation of who you are, looking around you and seeing the new creation reflected back to you in the physical world as well. So your external world's getting an upgrade, your internal world's getting an upgrade, your relationships are getting an upgrade, new beings are coming into your world that are aligned with this newly upgraded version of you, and you effortlessly receive it because you are so aligned to your worthiness and so aligned to the truth of your goodness, and so aligned to your authentic nature that everything that comes in just feels natural. There's no more resistance. It just is. And there's gratitude, there's peace here, there's a settled feeling of this is how it was always meant to be. I'm finally here. This is how it was always supposed to look and feel. This is what feels right. Yeah, like there's such a settled feeling here. Yeah. I think I'm going to pull some tarot from the Tarot Landscapes. I might use both the Landscapes Tarot and the Star Seeker. Let me see how I want to do this. Okay, so we have the Temperance card, the Five of Pentacles, and the Fool. And then I'm going to pull 3 from the Star Seeker Tarot. Oh my gosh, I just saw the Five of Pentacles card. Oh, we have the Ace of Cups. No way. We have the Five of Pentacles again. Okay. That's a really, I'm going to keep that in mind, that's like a really strong energy here. The Five of Pentacles is about lack. What I want to say with the Five of Pentacles encompassing these two cards, we have the Fool and the Ace of Cups. So it feels like from a place of lack will be born your new reality, from a seeming lack. So from a place of processing impoverished feelings, like look at this. I just want to show you this actually. Like this card looks barren and there's a little koala there with this tree, but there's one little, I don't know if it's a bamboo shoot. I know koalas like bamboo, I think, but there's one little shoot of bamboo. And, and that's actually a good, if it is bamboo, that's a good symbol, because bamboo is something, at least some forms of it, grows underground for years and years and years. And then when it finally shoots up, it's like an abundance of it. It's like it's like a crazy amount of it all of a sudden starts shooting out of the ground. But it's been brewing, like cooking, underground for years. So I think that's the energy of your manifestation. I think this is like you resting, like existing in a reality where when you look around you, nothing has changed. But underneath it all, everything is going on. Like nothing has never not been changing. Like it's been growing, it's been changing, it's been being fertilized, it's been cooking, and eventually it's all just going to shoot up all at once. That's the feeling. And the Fool, like the Fool in a weird way it's kind of like making me think of lack, because the Fool is like this new beginning. It's like starting from scratch. It's taking a leap of faith that's kind of scary. It could be, I don't know. Because the Fool in the original Rider-Waite, he has like a knapsack on his back, and he just has like the clothes on his back and like a few items with him, with his loyal companion, and he doesn't need much, but he's going on this new journey. And with Temperance being here as well, it's almost like alchemical transformation, where you've shed so much and you're just left with this bare bones like reality of your soul, and that part of you is just ready to embrace the light, is ready to let all the goodness in. Like it's like you've shed everything that is no longer serving, and you've cleared so much away, and you've created this open, like not chasm, but like that might be a decent word, but like an open space for all of this, like the right abundance to come in, to pour in, the right frequencies of abundance to pour in, the right people to pour in, the right energies, like the right kind of healing that you need, like everything that you truly need from this bare bones place is going to pour into your reality. We have the Ace of Cups in the center too, which is a lot of times it's about self-love. It's about feeling like you have an overflowing cup, feeling like you have everything you could ever possibly need, feeling fulfilled. So I really do think that you are stepping into, from this place of seeming lack, you are stepping into ultimate fulfillment. And it feels, again, with the Fool card, the number 0, and like, it just feels like scary, and it feels like you're left with nothing. But right at that moment when you feel like you're left with nothing, everything unfolds before you, and it's beautiful. There's, with this 5 of Pentacles over here, there's a tree here, and it's got the pentacles at the top of the tree, and there's a person at the bottom, like, and it's snowy, and they're resting against this tree and trying to keep warm. I feel like the things that once brought you comfort and a sense of security. Okay, actually, I don't think I'm channeling that right. Let me dig a little deeper. Because we have the 9 of Wands right next to it, and that's about resilience and like one last push, like pushing through something very difficult. I mean, I'm thinking of an ending to that kind of energy, like having to just hold on and cling to what little you do have in the middle of walking towards this dream. And it feels like an ending, though, like an ending of that energy, that way of being. Yeah, this really does feel like someone who feels like they've failed, or feels like they've lost everything, or feels like it's too late, or like, I don't know, like it, and then at the brink of just surrendering and letting go in that moment, everything comes to them. There's such healing here. Such calm and gentleness and trust. I'm feeling a connection to the divine that is very powerful. It's like the energy of someone who's tried everything, and then they're like at their wits' end, and they feel like they've tried everything to create this dream. And then at the very last minute, they're like, I don't know if I could do it anymore. I'm just going to try this one last thing. And if this doesn't work, then I will just let go and start down a different path. But that one last thing is the trick, is the ticket. And there's something here again about, with the share your voice being in the center, an expression. It's like an authentic expression comes out of you in this vulnerable place, and it shifts everything. Somehow, you sharing yourself in this most vulnerable place shifts the world around you, and everything falls into place. It's hard to articulate this, but and I'm trying to think of the utility of what I'm saying. Like, how does this serve you to know that this might be how things, kind of. Or maybe this is something you're walking through right now, and this is encouragement to try that, to try one more time, to try that next thing, and do it from this place of authentic communication, and just taking a leap of faith, or feeling vulnerable, whatever it is you have to do. Let your emotions show. Yeah, I just heard, like, I feel your pain. I know it's been hard, but keep going. You've got this. Your vision is true. You are so supported on your journey. There's no way to turn back because you've come too far. And some of you are literally at the mouth of the cave here, like this girl here. And you're at the precipice of your desires being realized. And you're doubting it almost as if it's an illusion, or it's been an illusion this entire time. You're doubting what your eyes are seeing, you know, kind of thing. Like, this can't be real, this can't be true. But it is true. It's always been true. It's an extension of who you are. All right, I'm going to pull, let's see. I'm going to pull a couple vibrational energy cards. Let's see what else comes through. This might be a shorter reading. Oh, this one flew out. We have Life is a Beach. And this girl is kind of at this beachy area here. We have Life is a Beach. I'll read from the guidebook for this. Life is a beach. I don't know why that just clicked. Like, life is a bitch. Life is a beach. That's funny. And then we have two people here on the card as well. This is interesting. So here's the card. So, life is a beach. There is a similar term we all know and understand. Living in the disharmony that life always seems to hand you lemons needs to be redirected and realigned. It is the place where you currently wallow in self-pity and bring yourself down even more. Accept each vibrational experience as a lesson and, in capital letters, move on. Interesting. Yeah, there is a lingering in this Five of Pentacles energy, especially with this card. So there is a shift available to you now. And it feels like a solar plexus shift. Like, it feels like an inner power thing. In the places in your being where you've been handing your power out to the apparent lack in the physical world, compared to like what you've seen and what you know to be true in spirit and what you've been walking towards in spirit, and in the physical world, like whatever action steps you've taken to get to where you want to be. There is an internal shift coming, and I think it's going to shift you into a state of gratitude, as opposed to like disdain for the lack of progress that you've made. And I think this energy of gratitude is going to propel you forward and help you with what you're creating and what you're manifesting. It's going to help you see that this whole time you've had so much support all around you for where you're going. Help you see that you are so deeply loved and honored and protected and uplifted and held and seen. I just saw a butterfly fly. That was cool. But yeah, I feel like we just need a quick shift. We need to shift, and I think that's through gratitude. So listening to gratitude meditations, opening up, starting a gratitude journal, looking around you and seeing what is supporting you and serving you on your journey, looking around you and finding signs that things are working out for you, finding, like, no matter like how subtle it is, like, look at things and even if it's not super direct, and write down or like log in your mind or say out loud, like, thank you for that. I see that my manifestations are coming because that is a sign. That is a sign. That is a sign. I see this. I see the healing that's taking place inside of me. That is a sign, you know. I see the motivation in me to keep going. That is a sign. You know, the wind that blew through my hair the other day, like that was a sign. I felt it, you know. Starting to look at those things and truly give them merit will help you move forward and get out of this stuck energy and get out of this habit of looking around you and seeing things not be exactly how you want them to be. That's not serving you at all. Yeah, and I think, yeah, that solar plexus shift is going to happen when you start to look around you and see all the proof that things are working out in your favor. That'll be really amazing for you. And I like that this is like life is a beach, like life is a bitch, like flipped on its head, because it is. It's like recognizing that you've been surrounded by the natural, beautiful, powerful energy that you've needed all along. And you've had helpers. There are 2 people on this card. You've had helpers and supporters with you all along, in spirit and in physical form. And I just think, yeah, like you're almost there. You're getting there. You're on the brink of this next chapter. And I think it would be a disservice to yourself if you didn't honor that as true right here, right now, and be grateful for every single thing that led you to this moment. So yeah, you're being called to take stock. You're being called to thank the people in your life who have gotten you here, whether just thanking them in your mind or thanking them with your words, whatever it may be. You're being called to do that because this is like, I feel like a graduation energy, like you're about to graduate and so many people helped you to get here. So start living in gratitude for those people, even if they didn't fully understand you along the way, or even if they didn't support you like 100%. They still supported you in ways, and everything led you to this moment. So be grateful for all of it and release the rest. Release the rest. Let it go and move on. It is time to move on. Okay, I think that's it for you, group number 2. I'm feeling like you guys might need to listen to another group. So if you felt called to group 1 or 3, please go ahead and listen to one of those, because this feels open-ended, like you almost need another message to kind of like propel you forward even more. But I understand completely if this feels complete to you and you want to just let this sit. Yeah, that's totally valid as well. So thank you so much for being here, group number 2. I am honored by your presence, and I hope I see you in another one. Bye. All right, my lovely human. If you'd like to be supported by me more deeply through powerful energy healing transmissions that serve as monthly anchor points to keep you grounded and aligned to your most fulfilling and abundant path, along with access to a growing collection of exclusive soulful pick a flower readings, I'd be honored to have you in the sacred space of my Little Flower Patreon community. My intention is for this space to be a spiritual lifeline to healing, clarity, and soul alignment. A sacred container that leaves you feeling free and safe to unfold into your most authentic and abundant nature. I've made this accessible at just $8 per month, intentionally so as the number 8 symbolizes abundance, balance, and unity. If you feel called, feel free to like, comment, or subscribe to the Little Flower YouTube channel, as all of these exchanges help not only for my channel growth, but for me to feel connected to the fabric of the community who finds their way into the energetic space I've created. Feel free to browse my single infinite prayer energy healing transmissions, check out my adorable merch featuring my bee and flowers logo and the phrase, "Hello, lovely human," and leave me a tip, or in other words, buy me a coffee if you feel called to. I sometimes offer personal readings, so be on the lookout for open slots for those as well. Everything you'll need is listed in the description box below. Last but not least, I have another YouTube channel called Soul Hearken, which is my heart and soul in video form. If you feel called to it, I'd be honored to have you over there as well. With so much gratitude, I send you prayers of happiness, peace, health, and wealth. You are honored and loved. Hello, lovely human. Welcome to The Little Flower. My name is Krista. If you haven't been to my channel, I use the presence and essence of flowers along with the tarot to deliver messages to help you align to your most authentic and abundant nature and path. So, the prompt that came into my being before coming to the table to do these readings is delulu your way through. You deserve it all. So my hope for this is to help you manifest whatever it is that is on your heart, help you, in a way, quantum leap into the next phase of your manifestation journey. So I want to align you to the energy and frequency of your desires, and I want to align you to your sense of worthiness for those to be met within the physical world, and bring forth the messages to help you do that. So whatever it is you need to hear to help you do that. So you chose group number 3 with the garden petunia, which I never knew these were called petunias. You see them pretty much everywhere. A lot of people have them in hanging baskets, and they do tend to expand and grow pretty huge. I've grown more appreciative of them this year because I've had to water them, and I recognize how delicate they are and how much care and attention that they need. And this could be something that is symbolic of whatever it is you're creating and manifesting. Maybe it needs your attention and your love and your nurturing like regularly. So it does symbolize serenity, warmth, and a sense of security. And I think that makes sense because you see them at homes, you see them at the entrance of homes a lot of times. And it does bring this sense of welcoming energy and this sense of security of a home. Maybe that's something you're manifesting, a new home or a sense of home within your being. But ultimately, yes, the petunia is here to just be a beautiful presence during our reading. And I'm going to go ahead and start getting into the cards. So the overarching theme card I pulled from the Oracle of the Hidden Worlds. And for you, we have number 12 with the Secret of Camelot, the Authority of Spirit. Okay, actually, I didn't do this for group 1 or 2, but for some reason for you, I want to read from the guidebook. Okay, opened right to it. So within the Avalonian realms are many entrances and gateways, and this one is that taken by the Lady of the Lake when she must speak with the powers that be within the domain of Camelot. For you, this indicates you will soon be having important talks and conversations with those who are authority figures. You are the mystic in this situation, the one who has the spiritual perspective and the mission to share the mysteries with others. Those who you speak with are the administrators and the bureaucrats, the ones with the power that is recognized by the world. But you have the power of the spirit within you, and you are taking that pure spirit into the place that most needs it. So if you are working in a place where people are not connected with their intuition or their spirit, or if your family is one who denies the gift of the soul, you are the undercover agent, the one who enters that world to hold up the gift of truth, the shining sword that is authenticity, the integrity that cuts through the politics, the one who shares the gift of the spirit, even in circumstances that seem to care nothing for the ways of the light worker. The lady can walk with you as you move through these realms, and you will know your work has meaning and your gifts have purpose. For the ripple effect of your actions, your words, and your presence will be felt for many years to come. Illumination. I enter the world of the people to hold up the truth of the spirit. Okay, so this is giving moving through a world holding your sword of truth and power and knowing. Moving through a world that dishonors that truth, that looks nothing, like sometimes can't even recognize it as truth at all, can't even see it. You're walking through a world that sometimes at its worst spits on that truth. And you are holding this truth in integrity, in authority, in power, and you are speaking it into these realms, these places where it has been dishonored or disgraced or dismissed. You are holding that truth and you're cutting through the politics. Some of you may soon or one day be someone who speaks, because swords are like communication, speaking truth, insight. Like some of you could be like one of the things you're manifesting is the ability, the power to make a difference in the world in a way where you might have to speak truth to power. It does feel that way for a lot of you. And I'm not saying this is something that you'll be doing right away, because I feel like on a manifestation journey, you kind of have to start from the ground up. Like if you're not starting from a place of abundance, you have to first create a place of abundance and freedom and health and wealth and fruition for your own life. And then from that place of rootedness and groundedness in your worthiness and in your sense of abundance and sense of like being able to care for yourself and your immediate family, from that place you can move more securely, from a place of having resources, from a place of having proven that your way creates real, true results in the physical world. You will then, from that place, like make even more of a mark and go to these scarier places where you have to speak truth to power and where you have to hold that sword, that light, even when it's looked down on. And you know, you're like, you have to do it. It's like a feeling of, I have to do this. I have to hold this authority of spirit, because otherwise we're going to kill ourselves, like as a human race. Like this feels like activism. This feels like someone standing up for nature, standing up for children, standing up for those less fortunate, those who are disadvantaged, standing up for what's right, standing up for equality, standing up for just the truth in general, standing up for those who are being abused, or those who are being harmed, forgotten, like whatever the case may be, whatever it is that you end up feeling called to do on this planet, you are going to end up doing. This is a really powerful message right off the gate. So at least I know that those who are sticking this through, you are the change makers. You are the ones who do see this in your future. Again, it could be like fast forwarding to when you're a little older, or to when other base level things you need to create and manifest in this world have been rooted, into the earth, into your being. But there's more, and it doesn't have to look like so black and white, like we talked about, like, coming into spaces where you have to like be this activist. Like your very presence could be activism on this planet, or what you're building could be so healing and so powerful that it's this light of truth that shoots through the darkness and shoots through the confusion and awakens people and creates a movement, and like you could be a part of a bigger movement of other people who are aligned with the same vision as you. So yeah, there's a lot of really beautiful forward, like cutting into a future that is based off of love and honor and truth for humanity. So that you're going to be a part of. So very beautiful. Thank you for having this heart and this gumption to actually believe that you can do something to make a difference in this planet, because you absolutely can. So I'm going to pull some cards from the Work Your Light Oracle. See what else comes through. Yeah, like with the energy of the Petunia, and we were talking about that sense of security, I feel like you're going to be such a solid, grounded presence for others, like a nurturing presence, a welcoming presence on this planet. And you're going to hold your power from such a deeply rooted source. Okay, so we have Starseed, what lights you up. We have Sisterhood of the Rose, beauty and devotion, priestess, mystic, teacher. I do see you as one day being like a teacher or a guide. One day having this like an elder status of like a healer, and just full of wisdom and truth, and like a pillar of light for your community. And then we also have You're Already Doing It. Stop overthinking, keep facing your true north. And actually you want 4 for you. Then we have Trust Your Path. If you knew you would be supported, what would you do? So I feel like you could do anything. You could do anything. We kind of mentioned that timeline of like building like a solid foundation first and then getting to the next. But this energy is like you could create anything, and you're being called to go down the pathway that lights you up the most, that brings you the most joy, that brings you the most passion, that lights your spirit and soul up and activates you the most. So that is what you need right now. And you could very well be balancing two paths where you're doing the thing that lights you up and you're following that while also balancing something that's more grounded and something that is creating stability. And that could be these two beautiful currents that you're following, that are weaving together effortlessly and beautifully and creating this sense of security and stability while also remaining free and light and passionate and in love with life. There's this beautiful just weaving forward of and an integration of what you love to do and who you are in your heart of hearts, and the passion that comes through you, and also what you know you can do to serve, and what you know you can do to create stability and structure and groundedness in your life. And both those things can work together effortlessly and fluidly. I think you're being called into balance for that. You're on the path. Like, I feel like I barely need to tell you anything. Like, with you're already doing it and trust your path. I think the one thing I do need to tell you is that it is okay to feel free on a planet full of people who don't feel free, full of people who are oppressed, full of people who are at worst abused, or, like going through hell, basically. We live on a planet where there are so many different like dichotomies and of realities, so many different like planes of existence happening all at once. And of course there is the pain and the suffering and the oppression, but there's also the joy and the beauty and the freedom, and that's what we're aiming for within our humanity. And you are right to walk towards that. You are right to walk towards freedom. You are right to walk towards joy, connection. You are right to follow what brings you that joy, what lights you up. You are right to do that. And by doing that, you are creating more of that in the world. And you are opening doors for more people to walk towards that. So the answer is not to dwell in the negative of what is going on this planet. While it is beautiful, of course, and like necessary to be aware, we can't dwell in it, because if we're dwelling in it, we're just perpetuating the problem. You're being called into freedom, and from that place of freedom and that privilege of that freedom, you are going to move mountains for other people to find freedom as well. So permission to follow your bliss, permission to follow your joy. It is all going to be for the greater good of humanity. I'm going to pull some cards from the Star Seeker Tarot. Yeah, the fact that you got 4 of the Work Your Light cards, these are very like celestial, higher dimensional energies. And I like that there's 4 here, because 4 is a number of security. And I feel like you are grounding these higher dimensional energies down like onto the earth. And they're so rooted in your being, and you're so rooted on the earth. Like, there's a beautiful balance here. And I feel like you can weave in and out of the earth plane and the higher realms with effortless ease. And that's a part of your journey. I feel like your journey is going to unfold before you. And the more you give yourself that permission to do what truly brings you that light and that joy and that love, and that sense of like meaning, the more the path will unfold before you and will surprise you. It will be ever winding, and it will be an adventure, and it will be a joy to live your human life out on this planet. Like, I think you're meant to trust the path and trust what unfolds, and stand in your goodness, stand in your truth, stand in your desire for humanity to thrive, and stand in your faith in that. And you can't go wrong. You absolutely can't go wrong, because you will be brought to the places, the people, the energies that you need to be brought to in order to fulfill your mission on this planet. And it will just be a given when the time comes of what you need to rise to, because you will be lit up to rise to it. You are free, you are free, you are free. Okay, we have the Strength card. Love that. Ooh, we have the Ten of Pentacles. Yes, definitely. Security, legacy. This is you, and it's effortless. It is effortless. You follow what lights you up, and this legacy will follow behind. Will spread behind you. Four of Swords. The Nine of Wands. Ooh, the Sun. Definitely. You are so Sun vibes. Like living in your light, living in your authenticity, in your joy, in your freedom, unabashedly. And others being able to witness that and see that and hear your story and know your path and know that you did it. You created this, and you came from a place that most people wouldn't expect to have built something as beautiful that you have built in your life. Your story is an inspiration to others, is so uplifting to others. Two of Pentacles. And lastly, we have the Five of Swords. Okay. So I didn't pull any of the tarot landscapes. That's interesting. Maybe I will in a bit. So typically the Nine of Wands is representative of someone who it's resilience, endurance. I'm seeing a broader scale representation of well, it's like what you represent within the collective consciousness and where we're all headed. So the Nine of Wands is this story of, almost there. We've got one last grueling push before things come to this culmination, before things change or shift, before things come to fruition. And you, in the middle of that energy, are this pillar of strength and power and light, and you are lit up. You are the fire in the middle of that. When everybody's exhausted, you are the one that is full of light, and you are leading everybody to the victory line. That is your energy. It is because of what you're plugged into, because of what you've surrendered yourself to, the divine, that this light will come through you when the time is most needed. When it's time for you to inspire others to keep going. To keep going. You are the light. You are the flashlight, the lantern. We need you lit up. We really do. You're our example that it can all happen. Things can change. Freedom is possible. You are that example. We need you there, embodied in that. With the Sun and the Four of Swords. And again, we have that Two of Pentacles with the balance and the weaving of the two energies, the grounded and the light. I feel like you're someone who can prove to others that the soul can find rest while still in human form. And yeah, we're meant to find that rest. We're meant to find that peace and that knowing that everything's going to be okay. And we're meant to seed that energy onto the earth to help others through their hard times. We're just these light, okay, so you are a light bringer. You are, I'm just picturing you holding up a torch at the beginning, like you're at the front of a race and everybody's following you, and you're holding the torch to guide others to the finish line. And there's something about gentleness here and calmness with the Strength card and the Four of Swords. Like a powerful way to move forward is through gentleness and through love and through compassion and through a calm witnessing of the darkness of humanity. A calm resolve that this can be changed, this can be shifted. Rooted in your resolve, in your truth, and that sword of truth that you carry. You let the truth speak for itself, and you remain calm, and you teach others to do the same. It's giving peaceful protest vibes. It's like the love and the peace that exudes can just shut everything up and can knock down the most stubborn of walls that are held in place to prevent people from accessing true freedom and true peace. Your voice, your calm, steady, truthful, peace-filled, yet truth-filled, power-filled voice can knock down all the barriers. Keep following the paths that allow you to express yourself in that way. A calm, steady truth. Let it continue to overcome you. Let it continue to be expressed. Let the divine continue to work through you, because they are working through you. Your energy, your truth, and your voice is a balm for the hate in this world. It soothes the cracks in our collective soul that has been caused through the infliction of pain and trauma from wounded individuals, from a wounded humanity. Your presence and truth not only heals, soothes, calms, but it holds accountable the energies, the people that need to be held accountable in a powerful, calm way. You can make a difference through your powerful, calm voice. You don't need to scream. You don't need to yell. You just have to stand in your power and your truth, and it will cut through. All right, I'm going to pull a few cards, maybe 1, 2, 3, we'll see, from the Tarot Landscapes. So I know this is a delulu your way through reading. So it's interesting that this came through about, but that's the thing. I love this. It's like, because it doesn't feel delulu at all. It just feels like a calm, steady truth that exists within you that's going to change the world. But it's like you're already so immersed in it. It doesn't even, like, you know, it's not delulu. Like, there's not even the idea or thought that it's delulu. It's just, it just is. It's truth. And it's a conviction of your soul. And so it's like you have no other choice but to walk forward in it and be expressive in it. We need you expressing yourself. Okay, we have the Fool card. And I was looking at this rainbow energy. You can't see it. I'll show you the card, but I bet it's hard to see. Oh, you can kind of see it. There's a rainbow in the Four of Swords, which the Four of Swords is about that steady, calm energy, like a restful energy almost. And then we have the Fool here with another rainbow. And I don't know, it's just this energy of, like, it's making me think of the story in the Bible, the Ark story, where at the end God sent the dove with the, what was it, a olive branch, and the rainbow to signify that, you know, the worst is over and that there's a new horizon. And I think this is the energy of you. This is what you've come to tell the planet, you know, that things can change, and it is through peace and love and truth and the holding accountable of leaders in places of power, speaking truth to power, through like this calm, steady, like it's almost like the energy and the frequency of what you're bringing is more powerful. Like you could say a whisper and it would knock these people over the inner, like it's so powerful. It's so powerful. Really beautiful. I'm going to pull a couple more. We have, the Nine of Cups. I think the Nine of Cups is like emotional fulfillment. And I do really think that you're meant to live an emotionally fulfilled life, like a relationally fulfilled, feeling fulfilled and supported in your community and your family, like feeling loved and honored and truly seen. I really do think that you're meant to feel that and walk and live in this freedom and abundance. And again, be that example, and be someone who uses your place of privilege for good. It's really beautiful. Lastly, we have the Six of Wands. Yes, you are meant to be seen for sure. We've got some blue butterflies here. This beautiful home on this hill, like full of, I mean, it looks like multiple families would live in this castle on this hill. So but you're meant to be seen. Your voice is meant to be heard. Your truth is meant to be lit up. You are a pillar of light. You are, yeah, again, that lantern that we all need. So continue to speak your truth. Don't be afraid to be seen. Continue to align to what makes you feel settled in your knowing of this truth. Continue to align to the divine in whatever way feels aligned for you. Your truth and your voice is going to create such a powerful ripple effect in this world. So don't shy from speaking it, period. Okay, I'm going to pull one card from the Vibrational Energy Oracle, and that will be your reading. Some of you will be like public speakers. Some of you will write books, create art, write poetry, lead protests. Okay, we have the hopeless release. Interesting. I'm going to read from the guidebook. Okay, so it says, the indication that something is hopeless is just in our perception. Every vibration that we encounter has a purpose, a reason for being where it is in your life. At this time in your life, you need to let go, releasing whatever feels discouraging or impossible to finish. Do not feel despair about what is happening to you. Everything happens for a reason. So the first thing I thought of when I saw the card, is especially this hand like dropping like water. I don't know what it is, like dropping something down into the water. I felt like you are that hand up there, like dropping little glimpses of hope for people and uplifting people. It's like you're giving everyone little pebbles of hope for them to hold on to, and then eventually they'll be able to release those pebbles to the people behind them, because that hope will have turned into something visceral and something that can stay with them in their being, and they'll realize like they don't need the little bit of hope that you gave them anymore, because it's a part of their soul, and it's always been a part of their soul. All you gave them were like a little mirror to see it, and then they can pass the mirrors on to the next people. So really beautiful. Yeah, you're such a, I keep saying the word, is it harbinger? A harbinger of change. You are a harbinger of change in this world, if I said that right. But yeah, so beautiful. Like, thank you for being yourself and bringing what you have to offer this planet, and being willing to express it, because we do need it. And you're just, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Alrighty. 5:22, because I had reset the timer on my camera, but 5:22 when I looked up, and that's 5 and 22 are really powerful numbers, for me anyway. And to me, they symbolize this alignment to soul, this alignment to purpose, this alignment to spirit, and alignment to your authentic nature, who you truly are and what you came to do on this planet. So anyway, really beautiful. Thank you so much, group number 3. Loved this reading. Thank you for being who you are. And hope I see you in another one. Bye. All right, my lovely human. If you'd like to be supported by me more deeply through powerful energy healing transmissions that serve as monthly anchor points to keep you grounded and aligned to your most fulfilling and abundant path, along with access to a growing collection of exclusive soulful pick a flower readings, I'd be honored to have you in the sacred space of my Little Flower Patreon community. My intention is for this space to be a spiritual lifeline to healing, clarity, and soul alignment. A sacred container that leaves you feeling free and safe to unfold into your most authentic and abundant nature. I've made this accessible at just $8 per month, intentionally so, as the number 8 symbolizes abundance, balance, and unity. If you feel called, feel free to like, comment, or subscribe to the Little Flower YouTube channel, as all of these exchanges help not only for my channel growth, but for me to feel connected to the fabric of the community who finds their way into the energetic space I've created. Feel free to browse my single infinite prayer energy healing transmissions, check out my adorable merch featuring my bee and flowers logo and the phrase, "Hello, lovely human," and leave me a tip, or in other words, buy me a coffee if you feel called to. I sometimes offer personal readings, so be on the lookout for open slots for those as well. Everything you'll need is listed in the description box below. Last but not least, I have another YouTube channel called Soul Hearken, which is my heart and soul in video form. If you feel called to it, I'd be honored to have you over there as well. With so much gratitude, I send you prayers of happiness, peace, health, and wealth. You are honored and loved.